How's it going, guys? Another episode here from Lufa, myself, powerlifter, personal trainer, and just a massive advocate of strength training. Just gonna run through this video where I'm basically wanting to actually touch on something that's very important in a lot of people's training, especially when it comes to both beginners and then moving into advanced and even elites. It's just basically the importance of warming up. As you see here in some of my clips, I'm basically taking you through, which was a really good session, actually. Excuse me. It was a really good session, especially where the start of the week didn't start so well. This particular week that I was training in was basically working towards my 1 rep maxes that I achieved in competition, maybe even more. Which in this case, I managed to hit a little gym record in my sumo deadlift. So I've been deadlifting sumo now for just probably in about a year, since moving from conventional, which I've been doing pretty much since I've got a bar, since I've touched the bar to my hands and started training. So I'm still relatively new into the sumo life, but definitely getting into it, especially after my injury, which is why my coach decided to switch me into doing sumo, which is why you see me here training sumo, and pretty much we looking at in using sumo in competition as well for the remainder of the time that I'm in competition, which is, I hope, as many years. So basically touching back on to the video, like I've said, it's just the importance of warm-up. As you see here, like I've been running through now set 5, so quite a few sets that I do before I even work up to my working set. And working set just basically means the set number that my coach has given me to do, and then for the amount of sets and repetitions. But obviously, in order to get there, you must warm up. So one of the things that I just wanted to touch on is just the importance of warming up. Warming up is one thing where you just want the body to be warm. Obviously, you're looking after your joints and trying to get the muscles warm, pick up a bit of a sweat before you kind of get yourself ready for your workout. But I actually want to stress a little bit more, especially when it comes to lifting weights. I find that a lot of people, and even me, I was a victim of it, where you jump on the treadmill 5 minutes and then you're out. Big weights, big weights, big weights, big weights, big weights, and then you might do a little cardio at the end because you want to do a bit of fat burning or whatnot. You're trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, trying to get massive and then also at the same time reduce your fat, which obviously doesn't work like that. But I wanted just to touch upon it, especially as I've progressed over the years in both knowledge and also performance, and I've come to find out that my warm-ups is just as serious as when I get into my starting sets, because my warm-ups pretty much tell me how I'm feeling, how my body's feeling, gives me confidence. It reassures my technique, it reassures my mentality in training. It keeps me very humble, and it's something that I think a lot of people don't look into when they warm up. They just wait till they pick up a sweat and then pretty much go straight into it. And it's been keeping me injury free for since the time I've been injured, actually. A lot of the times where I'm not one to kind of take massive jumps in my lifting, I always make sure that I warm up accordingly. So all the reps and also sets as I build up towards my main set, I always try to make sure it's smart. There's been a few times where I've tried to warm up too soon, and what I mean by that is like take bigger jumps and get into my working sets, and I've definitely felt the repercussions of it, especially where my body's nowhere near warm, and especially like when you're looking at mind to body, like you want to still have that connection there all the way through. You don't want your mind thinking you can do the world and yet your body doesn't feel that way, and vice versa. There'll be times where your body's feeling great and then yet you go up to a weight and your mind is just not there. And also, I don't know if you've been noticing in the lifts as well, there's a particular way that I set up and approach the bar, and it's pretty much been like that since you saw me lifting from 60 kilos and now we're at 180 kilos. I always make sure it's like ritual, basically. The way I move to the bar, from my fingers down to my toes, like everything has to be in a line, and I definitely would advise that for a lot of people that are looking to move into strength training and you know, lift more weights. Definitely have a routine that you're used to, a successful routine that works for yourself. Obviously, you've got the boxes that you need to tick with regards to ensuring good and safe technique, but you know, there's always different ways that you can go about doing your own thing. You know, try not to just look at a lot of these great lifters lifting these ridiculous weights and then just assume, okay, because this guy's slapping himself or this guy's, you know, smashing chairs in his head, and you've got another guy that's running around making loud noises before he lifts. You know, it might not be the way that you do it, but or even if you see him in a warm-up, you know, he's gone from just banging out 40 reps of empty bar and then has moved towards like straight away 100 kilos, then gone on from there. It doesn't necessarily work like that. You kind of still need to find your own groove. You also need to find out what works out for yourself and stick with it, no matter what anyone says. If someone may feel like you're taking too long, or you know, you're training with someone and they don't really get the concept of strength training, and you know, they may want to be, you know, you ready. Don't ever feel pressurized in messing up your own routine for someone else, because at the end of the day, you know, it's just you in the bar. You know, your whoever you're with is not going to help you lift the bar, especially in this case when you're deadlifting, and also it's you against the bar. It's very personal. Strength training is very personal, as well as bodybuilding, but I do feel that strength training also has that element of where, you know, where if bodybuilding is kind of mind to muscle, you know, powerlifting and strength training is definitely like your mind and the weight. You know, it's you against this weight. This weight needs to move, and you're the only person that can do it. So always keep, excuse me, bloody hell, always keep that in mind. Do not ruin your rituals, let's say, if I can say that, for anyone else. Keep doing your thing. Like, just stick to your routine. Whatever works best for you, you keep doing that. So as you can see now, moving into, this will be actually my sumo, I want to say personal best, but I normally try to save the personal best for the competition. So this will be more of a gym record for me, or other known as PB. So just even getting into this, like, a lot of times I've always made mistakes in the past where everything works well until I get to that weight that starts to get, you know, a little bit hard, or I haven't done before, and you know, my mind kind of almost, I've been very guilty in letting my mind kind of sway and getting too amped up, getting too emotional, overthinking things. And in this time I kind of just wanted to calm myself down. Like, don't get me wrong, I was amped up, and obviously I had my smelling salts there. As you can see there, I threw away my headphones. I kind of contradicted myself here, but I still tried to control my emotions and just treat the weight like I did in the warm-up. And that's probably the best advice that I ever heard, was treat the lightweights heavy and the heavyweights light. And that has definitely got me to understand and respect the weight a lot more, in a weird sense, and have a lot more self-belief with myself and knowing what I can do. So as you can see here, I should be able to lift this up easy, and that's a gym record there, guys. So hopefully in competition I look to get more, and thanks for watching.